Okay. Let's see here. Looks like I've got everything. I just did some modifications on my 3DK kit. I installed the V.1.8 ROM, which is the latest. I did have version 1, so now I should be able to play miner2049er a little easier. Also, I noticed that my Christmas remix is looking even better. I installed the Wi-Fi kit. I kind of left the old kit there. I just disconnected the cable and I put the Wi-Fi kit on, and then I also swapped out the 2 horizontal and vertical pots. I made those the new pots, and that was part of some of graphic glitches I would see from time to time. And I think that's about it. Let's get back to the main menu and try to play a little bit of miner2049er. Notice how I have these question marks here now. Those were just blank in my old version. Ah, now I actually have coins. Before they look like exclamation marks. Looks like I got a little degaussing color over here on the left side, but I do not have a degaussing coil. Nice. Oh, no! No, 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 no! I jumped too early. Should have known better. I don't like finishing up top on this version of the game. Coming down or what? That's what I thought. Oh, it stuck when I was going up the ladder. It's so frustrating trying to get these 8,000 points. Come down. I'm playing this terrible. Come on, Greg. I keep finishing this board and thinking I got everything, and then I'll miss something down here in the bottom, and it's really annoying. Well, that took way too long. Way too long. So I'm playing miner2049er edition of the 3DK kit. From highscoresaves.com. Wasted way too many men on the rivet level trying to get it perfect. Wasn't worth it. Great that I have the Donkey Kong back up and running again, and now I have my kit. Seems to be working 100% now. I've had it for almost 2 years and it was not 100%. Couldn't see most things. Alexa, laser war off. This board was really hard with the version 1 ROMs. This is my first time playing this board with version 8 ROMs. So apparently I can jump across the top now before you'd hit your head and fall and die. So it was really hard to get like that heart up there on the left. Yeah, I couldn't do that before. That's pretty sweet. Ah! I'm an idiot. It's alright. Not bad for the first try. Now at least I know I can do that. Alright. Where is my phone? Alright. Let's try this again. The real goal is to get to the Qbert level, which is crazy difficult. Joe from High Score Saves has gotten through it, obviously, with his score, but no one else has. I've been to it several times. I might have been one of the first ones to it, outside of Joe, over a year ago, but might as well restart. Let's see. Just making sure the chat works. I'm not sure how that works through Restream.io, so. Alright, Donkey Kong Deluxe Miner Edition. Some game room sounds going on in here, driving me crazy. Ah! You stink. I should have saw that coming. You stink. You're not going to give me a hole, are you? Alright. It's not often that you can do that. That just lined up right. Normally I just jump and get the 100 points in the top right there. Oh, you stink. You stink. I don't know why I hesitated there. Should have known I could have gone up. Why did I not go and get that? I guess because I wanted to do that. That's insane. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yeah, you suck. Ah, barely. Barely. Maybe one more little third of a tick there. Why didn't I jump? Alright, this one I gotta go up the middle. Remember that, Greg. Don't be stupid. Calm down. Sega Madness. No video, just sound. Oh, really? I'm sorry about that. I'm recording it, so I should be able to replay it. For some reason, it seems to stop doing video. I'm using OBS, and OBS only records a couple minutes, and then it stops. Was the other day. Frustration, man. I've got 123,000 with my life and 3 extra in reserve. Where am I? Oh, way down at the bottom. That stinks. And I made it through 133,350 plus 200, 133,550. OBS, yeah, OBS is such a pain sometimes. I'll probably post this on the 3DK forum. I'm on incinerator level now. I'm playing the miner2049er version on the 3DK kit, and incinerator is near impossible to finish and run over everything, mainly because the flame in the middle. Thank you for letting me know that there's no video. I see it on my screen, but that doesn't mean much. And I'm through that, but I'll lose 5,000. So I'm at 133, 150. I'm on the DK mixer board. Nope. Alright. Got lucky to get through that because I missed my pattern. Oh, too early of a jump. I stink. Alright, I got 3 men left. Yeah, I'm on both Twitch and YouTube. I don't know which one you're watching on. I'm using Restream.io. There, my pattern worked that time. the not incinerator, shoot, I forgot what this one's called. Alright, there we go. 145,250 plus 2,900. That's a new higher score for me. Well, miner2049er edition. Shoot! This is a pain. Yeah. I got 104 out of 147. I'm at 152, 190. Gotta find a way through this. Oh, you're on Twitch. Okay, thank you. That's good to know. Oh my lord. Last man. I'm at 155,000. Oh no. This isn't good at all. $1,400 left on the timer. $158,960 was the final score, which is right up there. That's just a few thousand less than first place besides Joe. Alright, I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on. Where's my phone? Let me see if YouTube happens to be all there. Well, I appreciate you listening, anyways. That's funny. Well, I appreciate you listening, anyways. Oh! It appears that on YouTube it's still there because I just heard myself talking. Oh! It appears that on YouTube it's still there. So Twitch isn't seeing the video. That's interesting. I'm just Gregory Irway, all one word, on Twitch, but it's Gregory Space Irway on YouTube. It's this right here is YouTube, and that's Twitch. That's interesting. Yeah, the video's all there on YouTube. Let me go to Twitch and check it out. My channel. It's live, one viewer. My channel. Live, one viewer. Oh. Change to chat overlay. That's weird. So it had the video when I first got in there. So it had the video when I first got in there. And then it said something about chat overlay, and then it disappeared. And it says new. Chat overlay, and then it disappeared. And it says new. Videos. 44 minutes ago, past broadcast. Well, I might have to turn off that it's on Twitch. For some reason, Twitch is not playing my channel. Yeah, it says 2 viewers right now, you and I. And if I join it, it says 2 viewers right now, you and I. Chat overlay. I'm going to turn chat overlay off. If I join it, it says 2 viewers. That didn't help. Chat overlay. I'm going to turn chat overlay off. That didn't help. Disable alerts over video. Let me try that. No, that didn't help. Disable alerts over video. Background audio, never. What's that mean? Says audio only. No, I don't want audio only. Chat only. View options. Chat only. Audio only. Let's. View options says auto. But it does have this thing called audio only, and that is not checked, but I can check it. Background audio. Not checked, but I can check it. Pop out. Oh, you have to hit apply. Maybe. Let me try no chat and apply. That didn't help. I'll re-enable chats and apply. Re-enable chats and apply. It's not really working. What's going on? Generating clip. I clicked on the all good here. Oh, you can see it on YouTube. Yeah, it's really weird. Alright, well, I'm going to get out of there. Sorry for anybody that shows up on Twitch. So I'm going to reset here. So I assume you've seen the 3DK kit from High Score Saves. Goes on a Donkey Kong board, which is what I have. They do have a version that goes on a junior board. And I just, earlier today, I took the horizontal and vertical pots and replaced them with new ones from Mike's Arcade because it was glitching a little bit. And I also took the original, I had version 1 chips on my kit because I bought it when it first came out, and it had a lot of graphic issues and things played differently. And the latest is version 1.8, and I got the chip from Joe at highscoresaves.com, and I just installed that today. And I also had the online kit, so it uploads the scores, but I bought the Wi-Fi adapter for it so it can connect to my Wi-Fi instead of running a Cat 5 cable to it, and I installed that today and got that hooked up. So the board's looking really good compared to what it used to do, and I'm going to see what I can do on miner2049er to get a better score. That's got to be the second highest, I think, right now. Besides Joe. I don't count Joe. Joe knows how to get through these. This board right here is near impossible when you're doing it in Qbert mode, because everywhere you run over it undoes. So you've got to go over everything multiple times. This is pretty easy this way. There we go. Just a normal boring board here. That usually means I'll die. Knew that was going to be tight. Kind of trapped myself in the corner there, and I didn't have many options. $147 out of 147. get that 8,000 bonus. See if I can get lucky and get through this again. That was a big chunk of the points I got last game. Getting through this and getting the 8,000 bonus. Oh! I was right there! Why'd I have to go so close to the ladder? It's so hard to get that middle section without dying. Frustrating. I'm going to restart. That's not going to be worth it, losing 2 men on that. If you haven't seen the kit before and there's a different version on there, you want to see what it looks like, let me know. There's a lot of good ones. Wild barrels. It's different than the wild barrels that came out years ago. A little bit. Same idea. These guys are just so painfully slow. You haven't seen this kit. Okay, so this has remix in it. Let me quit and show you what it is. So it's like 459 bucks for the most elaborate one, which is rough, and you put it on a Donkey Kong board. But they also have a version roughly the same price that can go on a junior board, which are cheaper right now. And what you get is you can play Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong Jr., Donkey Kong 3, and over on the far left you can play D2K. In addition, it's got a Pauline edition of Donkey Kong, a Pauline edition of D2K, Donkey Kong Jr. Japan ROMs, the Donkey Kong Japan ROMs, although I will say this board that I have this installed on was the Japan ROM board, and it plays different. It has the ladder cheat as part of it. This Donkey Kong Japan does not have the ladder cheat. Donkey Kong Remix, Donkey Kong Christmas Remix. I don't know if you've seen that before. Probably. It's just like Remix, except for they rethemed it for Christmas. And you know, everything's covered in snow. You have like snowflakes that are coming down on you. This is really cool. Plus, it's this is the ultimate online board, so it uploads all the scores to Arcade High Scores. See how there's it's just like Remix, except for now you got trees and things like that. And if you press and hold the player 1 for 4 seconds and let go, it comes back to here. And there's a spooky remix version that's for Halloween. And again, same thing as regular remix, except for rethemed a little bit. Has bats. spiders, maybe. I don't know what those are. Watermelons. Oh, you have hatchets, and the hatchets, everything turns red when you pick up the hatchet. So pretty much same thing. Let's see, what else was at the bottom there? This isn't really the meat and potatoes of what it is. Oh, Donkey Kong Jr. Remix as well. So you got Donkey Kong Remix and Junior Remix. But when you get it, this area up here is your practice area. I think that's unlocked. And in here you can choose any board. I don't know, I think I had a board in the past that would kind of do this. But let's say I'm really crappy at the elevators, so I can go to Donkey Kong Springs and say start, and it will start at level 4 elevators. So you can practice it, and when you get through level 4, then it will go to level 5, 6, and on. And I've done all of these levels all the way up through the kill screen. And now that I'm through level 4, now it'll just say, see, it says L equals 0.5 in the corner, and you just do it over and over so you can practice the harder levels of things. And like I said, it doesn't have the extra things that the kit has, but it does have like D2K, DK3, DK, and DK Junior. So, and then if you want to go back, you can come up here. When you're back on this screen, this is the main thing that's unlocked. All the rest of them will be these question marks. The one up top that says Wild Barrel above this, the one above this one that says DK Builders, that's unlocked, and the one right here above this one up top says Black Hammer. Those are games that you have to unlock, and you unlock it by playing this rearranged version. We figured it out how to get 4 things unlocked so far. I figured out one of them, but this is kind of like Remix. Oh boy. In that you'll play all of the games, Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong 2, Donkey Kong 3, Donkey Kong Jr. So now that I did the first board of Donkey Kong, now it tells you it's Donkey Kong Jr. Vines. I'm not very good at Donkey Kong Jr., but let's see. Now let's see. It's probably a Donkey Kong 3 would be my guess. Yep, Donkey Kong 3 level 1. I'm pretty sure that one of the unlocks we haven't found is on this, because we haven't found any unlocks in the Donkey Kong 3 or D2K games yet. So I bet you that it's in there, but I've tried everything I could think of. Not using sprayers, using sprayers. If you leave the sprayer on the ground, it disappears the rest of the game. Now we're doing D2K Foundry. I tried everything I could think of in this. We've been for about a year now trying to figure out these last couple unlocks. I guess there's actually 3 left. There's one called Faster, Harder, More Challenging. If you're familiar with FHMC Qbert, there's a Faster, Harder, More Challenging Donkey Kong that I don't know how to play. And then there's one called Drunken Master. Drunken Master has some beers on the board, and when you pick up the beers, it plays a different music and you're drunk, and left is right, right is left, up is down, and down is up sort of situation. So that sounds really cool, although we haven't seen it yet. And then there's a personal version. In the personal version, I think you can put together your own series of boards. Like you can say, I want to play this, just like this is doing. You can choose what's gonna be the next board and then save it away so others can play it. So I was trying to get to the point of where the first unlock is. Just to give you an idea what sort of things. Okay, this is okay, so this is D2K rivet. Alright, that means that you can't get the 100-point jump by taunting by Kong. However, later on in the game, see here I can't get the 100-point jump. Later on in the game, when you get to the regular Donkey Kong version of this, I think I did 19 taunt jumps. I've had over 50 or 60. I think 19 was enough to unlock one of the versions. So that's like one of the unlocks that you need to figure out. So it's that sort of a thing. Well, that's ugly. And I can't get 100-point jumps, so or can't get the taunt jumps. See, no 100-point taunt jumps in D2K. There's some cheaper versions of this if you don't want to get online where it uploads the scores. But I will say High Score Saves, he has contests. Right now it is beat his score on miner2049er, which is over 200,000, and I'm like at 150. Oh boy, I shouldn't have jumped up here. This is a very early version of the elevators, so it's very, very slow. So you can actually make this top jump pretty easily. I wish this was a little bit faster. No unlocks in there. We thought for sure there'd be some unlock on here. I tried everything. So as you probably know, you can, if you kill that guy up here, you can sit here and you can just point press. And we've done this for a long time. I've also waited for the sparks to triple up and dropped all the way down to the bottom and got the bottom apple to kill those. Then came back up here and got a triple up here. None of that worked. Of course I go messing around. None of that unlocked. We thought for sure that would have been one. Let's see if I can just get through it. I bet you this is going to be Chains. Donkey Kong Jr. Chains. Maybe? No, that was a Donkey Kong Jr. there. So, oh, D2K Refinery. Couldn't figure out how to unlock anything with this either. I'm not gonna make it. That was close. Donkey Kong 3 level 2, it still remembers your super sprayer from the first time you played the Donkey Kong 3 level if you still had some time left. Yeah, if you get one, tell Joe at High Score Saves that you watched me play in it. So this Pauline edition of the board. Now let's see, Donkey Kong's going all the way to the edge. That means this is D2K. It said it, but I couldn't remember what it said. So I don't want to go up yet because I'll die. And I can't make it up there, so now I gotta wait till he comes back again. Okay, so this is another unlock. If you kill, I forget how many it is. I only got one there. I think you have to kill 3 or 4 things between the left and the right apple. So you want to use those and try to encourage to have like 2 chompers on the chain. Maybe even a bird underneath it. So like, yeah, that didn't get the bottom one though. That only got 1, so I think I have to get 2 with the other one to unlock. Now, since I've already unlocked, it doesn't really do anything special. I really stink at Donkey Kong Jr. It's not really too hard to do this, but you also have to complete the board, and then it will tell you what you unlocked. And it's the same every time what you unlock, depending on the feat that you do. So that's 1. So this might be a good spot because I can get 1, 2. So that is 3. So that might have been enough. I don't. Maybe you need 4 in order to unlock there. I can't remember. And what would happen is you'd complete this normally, and then when it goes back to where it tells you the next thing, it's got this big circle spinning around. It says it's got a star in it. Well, maybe it doesn't have the circle. It has a big star that you've unlocked, and it tells you the name of the game. Yeah, this is a lot of fun, and like I said, high score saves. Joe does some contests, and if you win his contest, so it might be a month or so of trying to do something, and if you happen to win his contest, he gives like prizes that are like gift certificates to his website. So like something I purchased for this, I think it was the Wi-Fi kit. I had a $50 credit from winning one of the contests. Uh-oh, a little early. Get some 100-point jumps there. It's nice because it's one machine and you can play all of the games in. I stink. So I think that's it that I can show you, because I think that might have been my last guy. And not a very good score for me, but I haven't played that in a long time. Although we all should be playing it because we want to find those other unlocks. Now let me show you some of the unlocks, some of the cool ones that we did find. One of the first ones we unlocked was Black Hammer. So Black Hammer plays a lot like regular Donkey Kong, except for, and this isn't one of the things you can practice in the practice area, but if I come up here and I get this hammer, everything disappears except for me and the barrels. So if there's a hole, you got to know where those holes are until the music runs out. And then when the music's starting to run out, it starts to flash. Now, that's early on only. Later on, up around 100,000, everything's gone. You don't see you don't see the barrels, you don't see the board. Nothing for that period of time, so it's really dangerous at that point. And when you get that high up, you might want to just try to not use the hammers if you can avoid them. So like this one is a good example of where it's a pain in the butt. If you go ahead and you take out a rivet and then you pick up the hammer, then you don't know where the rivet hole is. So here I don't see it. I know it went away there, and I know it went away there, but if I wanted to go back to get something coming up to the left of that ladder, I'd have to inch over and hope that I'm right. And oh, and by the way, when you kill stuff, it reappears briefly here. That doesn't happen on the higher levels. And you can get the 100-point jumps here. Alright, so you get the gist of that. Let me reset it and go back. Builders is pretty cool. This has, it's regular Donkey Kong, except for it's missing stuff. You have to pick up these coins in order to build the portions in order to get to the top. See how those barrels fall down? I'm not doing a very good job of showing off this particular game. I ought to be able to do better than this. So you can see how there's more. Then you got to go back down to get the next coin. And now I finally have the ladder all the way to the top. Sometimes you don't have to get all the coins on a level, like on the elevator board. There's some more coins that you don't have to get. But you need to get a certain number so you can build your way to the top. This one's kind of a pain in the behind. Mainly because you got to go up one level over on the other side to get that coin, and this flame is always a pain. Oh, and only one side's going up and down, by the way, when you finish this. So notice that when I get this, one of the ladders will start going up and down, and you have to pay attention to which one it is. Okay, it's the left, so that's the only side I can go up and complete the level. That's tricky because I always go up the right, so when it's on the left, it's a pain. So springs are interesting because they're not even moving yet. That's a tough jump. Last second jump a lot like D2K. I haven't played this in so long. So this forces you to go the long way around, of course, to be a pain. So I have enough right now to finish. I don't have to get that last one or the one that I just got. I have gotten them all before, but it's tricky. It's just like doing the miner2049er. And of course it put it way over here, and usually there's a flame that's coming out. This is probably the board that kills most people most of the time. Mainly because you end up running out of time. I should have moved back. I thought it was going to end. This is definitely one of the harder boards to learn to get through. And it's been so long since I played it, I've kind of forgotten some of my strategies to getting through this. You gonna come down? Nope. Yeah, you stink. Go down. It's going to be difficult to finish. Got lucky. So Builders is kind of a cool game. It's very challenging. Now we're doing a reverse board, kind of like remixes. It definitely brings a lot of really coolness back to Donkey Kong. You know, it gets boring after a while, and this really hones up your skills. That third barrel came down. I wasn't ready for that. So that gives you a general idea of that game. And once you put in the score, if you give it a second, it'll upload it. So if you go to high score, arcadehighscores.com/3DK, you'll see all of the games from the 3DK kit and what all the high scores are for everybody. If you just go to arcadehighscores.com, you'll see every game that High Score Saves has a kit for that can upload the scores. If you go to arcade.erway.us, that's my page specifically for my arcade and all the games that I have, about almost 50 games down here in the basement, and I have High Score Save kits on several of them. I have them. I haven't even installed yet. That I've had them for years, like Pepper 2's. I was trying to repair last weekend. So Wild Barrels, you probably have seen Wild Barrels before. The default high score on this is 50,000, and I'm the only person that has that has got over 50,000 on this kit. I like to point press until my timer is almost gone. Oh, you have a PCB but no cab. Oh, you love Pepper too? Yeah, I had the world record on it at one point in time. I think I'm a little low right now. I've had over 1 million. I think it's around 1.2 million if I remember correctly where it's at now. Mine hasn't been working for a little while and it's frustrating. I have an LCD monitor that I might put in it tomorrow. It's a thought anyways. So anyways, this is crazy hard in the old Wild Barrels. I've figured out a pattern to get through it here, but that doesn't work on the older version of Wild Barrels, I don't think. I had a high score saves kit that uploaded those scores too, but so, and then I will. So how do you play the PCB? Do you just own it because you wanted to own it? This is crazy difficult. Ah. Alright, so I'll get out of that. Always fun to watch some good Pepper 2 play. Yeah, as soon as I get that fixed, I'll probably stream some stuff on there. I'm the Tapper World Record holder, which is my Tappers over there. Actually, Pepper 2's right to the left of it. I got my Star Wars cockpit right here. And I don't know, there's stuff over there. There's a Wizard of War, a Star Castle, a Playchoice 10 dual monitor, a Gyruss, Missile Command, Asteroid Deluxe, Centipede, Laser War Pinball, Boot Camp, Super Pac-Man, Pacman, Robotron, Sinistar, Time Pilot. I've got a Pac-Man Cabaret behind me and a Berzerk that also plays Frenzy. I've got a Tempest right here next to me. I've got Frogger Cocktail, a Space Invaders Part 2 cocktail, Crazy Kong cocktail, Mr. Do cocktail, an R-Type, Popeye that's running Cruisin right now, a Moon Patrol, a Qbert, another Qbert that has Tournament Arknoid in it, a Vanguard, and a Frontline that has Wild Western in it. I used to have the world record on Wild Western at 1.2. Out in the garage, I think I've got, let's see, I have a Turbo, I have a Crazy Climber, another Tapper machine, and another Tournament Arknoid. At a friend's house, I have a Mr. Do, and another friend's house, I have two high-speed pinball machines that we're working on fixing up. I'll probably sell one of those soon. I have another dual monitor Playchoice 10 at his house. I have another friend who has another Popeye, a Clax, and a Guzzler, which I'd love to get Guzzler back home. I've never brought it back here. I took it directly from buying it right to that guy's house. And then down in Binghamton, New York, I have pole position as well. So I got quite a few games. Let's see, get this back to where it can see everything. So really what I was trying to do was to beat the high score on this miner2049er, which is yet another version of the game. This is one that you can unlock, and basically everywhere that you run, and see how it's changing the color of the grid underneath you, and up in the top right it says it's counting up /147. Well, that's how many pieces that you have run over, and you need to have them all in order to finish the board and not get penalized. So if you don't get them all and you finish the board, you lose 5,000 points. So you can see I'm at 127 out of 147 right now. Now I'm at 139 out of 147. There you go. Now I'm at 147 out of 147. So when I finish, instead of minus 5,000, I get plus 8,000 points. Now, here you got to make sure you run left before the barrel comes down, because you're trying to color in the entire thing. You can just finish boards if you want and lose 5,000 points, but you're not going to get a very high score. Whew! That was tight. So when you started watching, this was what I was playing. And I think it's just over 200. It's somewhere between 200 and 225,000 is what Joe has. So this is crazy difficult because of the flame over in the right in the middle. Usually, unless I have a clear path to go down and get this, I'll just sit here and I'll point press. Oh! I did not mean to run left. I thought I was in the middle of a jump when I was pushing. So, I'll just cruise through this board. Come on down. Yeah, you can jump across the top because it's so slow, but this is crazy. So the very first board that I played here the highest board that we've gotten to is called the Qbert board, and it's that first board over again, except for when you run, it's just like I'm really good at Qbert too, but when you run over something, it colors it in, but when you run back over it, it uncolors it. So it's hard to complete that board, and none of us have figured out how to do it in the amount of time that's allotted. I've been within probably 15 pieces of completing it. This one's doable, except for when the flame's going to be a bugger. And that first game that you were watching, I did manage to complete the elevator board, which is why my 158,960 up there is my current highest. So this is very difficult because trying to get these bottom parts with these flames is a nightmare. It's easy to leave them accidentally. You got to get all the way over to right right where the closest that you can get to Kong's foot without dying. Very difficult board. So it's usually better to, I have found, and I'm getting better at this, but it's usually better to complete the top parts first and then work your way back down. Like if I can get over to that hammer. Oh boy, now you're going to come down. It's going to come right back down and get me. I got lucky. So I can get over here, but now I got to be careful because if I run over the rivet, I'm going to complete the board and I won't have gotten everything. So I'd lose 5,000 points. So you want to make sure you're running around and getting everything before you get that last rivet. I used to be one of the best at D2K, but then Ben Falls and I'm trying to think who else. There's a couple guys that surpassed me, and I kind of gave up. I've had 299,000 on it, and they reached the kill screen, and once they reached the kill screen, it kind of lost its luster for me. The kill screen's way too early. The Donkey Kong kill screen was taken out of D2K. But inadvertently a new kill screen was put in, and it's not a kill screen like on Donkey Kong. It's a kill screen that you just can't possibly get. There's a jump, and the hammers on the elevator boards are static, speed and location, and there's no timing to be able to jump across the gap, unfortunately. So I'm told. I can't say I've actually tried myself, but I trust those guys. Go away. Oh, are you kidding me? After all that, I walk off the edge. So, anyways, that's essentially it. Let's see if I find what I do with my phone. Now I put it back over here. So if I go to that was 67,510, and if I go to arcade.erway.us, I can show you. Let's see if this will pick it up better. It won't focus, will it? Well, that's not doing a very good job. Let's try this camera. Yeah, well, you can go to arcade.erway.us yourself and see, and it will show that under Donkey Kong, let's see, where's regular Donkey Kong? Oh, hold it, this was miner2049er, wasn't it? Yeah, it shows the last score was 67,510 at my location on 2024-04-12. So that's me, and if I click on it, I can, on the marquee picture, you can go to the main page and see what the high scores are from everybody. So it's kind of cool. So I highly recommend it. I will say that it is it's a tricky installation. It's not as straightforward. If you've ever done a high score saves kit, usually you pop out the processor and you plug the kit in just like the remix kits and things like that, and you plug the processor into that daughter board, and you plug that in where the processor came out of, so, and it all goes there. The 3DK kit has 4 daughter boards, I believe, something like that, and they're big. Some of them plug into like 4 sockets or partial parts of 4 sockets, and there's a ribbon cable that runs between the 4 daughter boards, and there's 2 wires, and it has all these instructions. It has 2 wires that have pinchers on them, and you have to pinch them onto a certain leg on a chip, and in another case to a certain side of a resistor. I will say that the high score save kits use round pins, and the original Donkey Kong boards tend to have flat pins on their chips. So if you plug it in, you do run the risk of potentially cracking the socket, and you'll know because it will kind of play, but it will have really bad graphics. And I dealt with that for over a year before I finally pulled myself together and decided to replace the sockets. So I bought new sockets, and you can buy the dual wipe sockets, which are meant for flat pins, and those will work okay. But I actually found that they have sockets that are meant for the round pins, and so I bought some of those for the video board portion, which is where I was having a lot of problems. And I guess let me show you this. Alexa, Donkey Kong off. Okay, so when you first turn on the kit, Alexa, Donkey Kong on, it'll come up and it will say to press start to enter the menu. So you can turn this off as well, so if you have it out on location. And if you want to come in here, you can go into each of the settings for each of the games. And I will, the save kit is here. I'm going to block a little bit of this because, let's see, you can see how there's something called PK over there in the corner, and there's something down here called SK. Well, you need both of those, and that means that those are the numbers for my kit. So if somebody else put those in their kit, then their scores would show up on my high score board at arcade.erway.us, which is really arcadehighscores.com/awesomesarcade, something like that, that it redirects to. That online says online-t. That can be set to different values. It can be set to off, on, or on -t. You really want off if you don't want to upload scores, or on -t. And then you can say whether that menu is enabled or not. You can tell it to boot up with a default game or not. And then, like up under the cabinet settings, you can choose whether it's an upright. Although I will say this has to go on a 2-board Donkey Kong, or the other kit that they also sell for a Donkey Kong Jr. needs to go on a 2-board Donkey Kong Jr. board. The four-board Donkey Kong boards, he's talked about maybe making a kit for them, but it's challenging because those 4 daughter cards plug into the back side of the 2 boards. When they're nested 4 deep, you don't have room to put the kit in between. So there's also a new sound. When I first bought this, it didn't have it. It had some Donkey Kong Jr. sounds that sounded different. You can see down here it says Donkey Kong Jr. sounds, expanded PCB. There's the analog falling idiot, whatever that means, idiot sounds only, and expansion PCB. I had whatever it came with originally, and then he came out with better sounds, and I think he started selling those for like 30-35 bucks. It's all included with the kit now, so it doesn't matter. You can change how often your track mode sounds are, like a lot of different kits. And then when you're done, you just go down to where saves flashing and advance, and then it will say press start button. When it boots, you'll see at the top that it says DHCP was being checked. I have in here what's called a Wi-Fi kit now. The Wi-Fi kit allows me to connect it to my local Wi-Fi, but until today, when I installed that kit, I had the regular online kit, which meant that I had to run Cat5 cable with an RJ45 plug from my router to plug it in. So I have a switch over here, 25 port switch, that I have running to a lot of my games. But now that he's coming out with the Wi-Fi things, I've been ordering those and upgrading. So that's a little higher price if you get that versus the normal online kit. But keep that in mind. You can switch between the two, but why spend the 30-35 bucks for the Wi-Fi kit when you could get it included for cheaper? So
I'm having trouble hearing. Can you say that again?
I have no idea. I'm not talking to you, Alexa.
Thanks for letting me know.
So I think I'm going to be done playing for the night. I think I heard my family get back home. But cool. Thanks for watching Sega Madness. And I'll probably be streaming more. Maybe if I get lucky, my friend will come over tomorrow and maybe we can get my LCD monitor at least so I can play Pepper 2 until I can figure out how to fix the monitor in. It's a Wells Gardner 4600. I took it out and I worked on it and it just seems dead. Well, I mean, I have neck glow. I can hear the gameplay, but the monitor's not showing any picture. And so we're trying to figure out what's going on. It's a tough monitor to work on because there's a horizontal width coil that is remotely mounted on a steel plate that it's kind of got cardboard in it, and they're all old, and if that cracks and breaks, there is no replacement. So you have to be extremely careful when you're working on them, and I managed to get through it without breaking it, but I can't figure out what's going on. Normally if that breaks, you have horizontal sync issues, So I have some ideas of what I could do, but I'm tempted to just get my LCD in there. I do have a high score saves kit for Pepper 2 so that it can be on free play. Normally you had to put 30 credits on all the time, but it will upload my scores to my arcade.irway.us page once I have it up and running. And then I got to get Tapper working again, and Wizard of War, and Star Wars Cockpit's down right now. But so yeah, you're welcome. Check it out, highscoresaves.com, all one word, and you can see his kits and tell Joe that Greg Irway sent you. And he's got me blocked right now from some stuff. I think he wasn't too happy with some of my stuff. Oh, you had the same problem with a Hatrex monitor? Yeah, I have not, or the Hatrex, I haven't worked on one of those. I've done a lot of Electrohome, Geo7, FBOs, CBOs. I've done some Wells Gardner 4900s. I've done a Wells Gardner 6100 in my Tempest, and my Cockpit Star Wars has a 25-inch ampliphone that I had to rebuild from scratch, and that was difficult. I have that Star Castle over there. I've got to swap the tube apparently because it's so dim you can barely see it. So it's not really playable. Plays blind. If you turn every light off in the whole place, I mean, you can't even have an LED on somewhere. You can just see it to play the game. So I'd love to get that working again because I'd like to trade or sell that away. I don't have room for any more games, so at this point I'm more looking to trade a few games like Vanguard I don't care about, my Missile Command I don't care about, Star Castle, I have a kit for my Asteroid Deluxe that can play Asteroid, Asteroid Deluxe, and Lunar Lander, but I haven't, ever since I bought that game, that hasn't worked. I got to rebuild the monitor in that. I think that's an Electrohome Geo5 maybe. My Centipede, I have a kit that plays Millipede and Centipede, and High Score Saves has a version of it that they came out with, I just got at the end of the year, that also plays Breakout and Warlords. So up to one-player Warlords, I think it is. So there's a lot of cool stuff at highscoresaves.com, but you know, this 3D key kit is probably the coolest, but it's difficult to install. So it's you got to take your time, you got to follow the video, you got to make sure it's perfect. So all right, thanks for watching. See ya.